Welcome back to Lou's Beauty Closet. If you're new or joining me for the first time, welcome. I'm Lou. I hope you stick around. So today we're going to be chatting about my 2017 favourites. So let's get into it. So I am pretty much in two extremes. I'm either chilling in my sneakers or I'm dressed up in my heels. There is no happy medium. I'm either 0 to 100. So I'll mix it up. Some of my favorite sneakers, I was really loving Puma last year. Their flat sneakers are brilliant. I'm a huge fan of my Converse shoes as well, my white ones. But I found the Puma basket shoes a lot more comfortable than my Converses, and they're flat, they go with anything. I have a pair here to show you. I'll grab those. So these are my Puma basket shoes. These are the blue suede, and they're a bit dirty because I've been wearing them so much, sorry guys, but I had to show them. I love these. I also picked up the basket heart, the black patent one, and my sister ended up stealing that from me, so you know, it sucks to be me. But I love these. They're comfortable. They are navy, so they're not black, but I find navy quite a good neutral as well. You can wear it on with a lot of things. My closet primarily consists of black and white and neutral colors, so that just went perfectly with me. Comfortable, not too expensive. I think I got this pair on sale as well, so I love them. Switching it up now, we've got heels. So I discovered Jimmy Choo last year, so I went to the Jimmy Choo store and I tried those on, and to my surprise they were so comfortable and they were heaven. So I was hooked from then on, and I tried on the style called Romies, and it's like their version of the Louboutin Pegals. It's like the classic pointed toe heel shoe. So I tried those on. I picked up the Romies. So the first pair that I got were they're navy and they're size 85. So this is the Jimmy Choo Romies. They look, sorry guys, they're not really the best in the best shape, but I wear them to death, and I love that about these shoes, that I wear them on everything and that makes me happy. So I got a lot of wear out of these, as you can see with the sole. I love them. I put on leggings, I put on dresses, I put on trousers. I don't really wear jeans too much, but you can wear them on jeans. I put a duster coat on and you've got a good outfit. And this is the Romy 100mm, and I got this I think for 50% off if I remember correctly, and I bought these on Matches Fashion, and I love Matches Fashion. I'll probably go into them on a different video, but I was so surprised that I could get classics, and I've always heard classics don't go on sale, but they do, guys. So I picked these up. They are gorgeous, just some eye candy. So they're suede. I love them. Again, you can actually see I've been wearing them heaps. Like, I'll show you both pairs. I wear them heaps. I love these shoes. It just elevates your look. I'll show you both again. So this was the 100 and this is the 85. So I love them. They are my favorites at the moment. Do I still want Louboutins? Of course I still do, but not as a first pair of designer shoes. That's just me. Okay, so toner. I use the Ren toner. This is actually an empty, and this is my current one. This is like my 5th bottle, I don't know. 150ml, British skincare brand. Not much to say. And then I use this to tone, and I find that I still get quite a fair bit of makeup on my cotton pads, you know, and this just gets rid of it. I feel quite refreshed after. Next is a moisturizer that I used. Again, this is my 4th or 5th jar. It is a Bare Minerals inclusion, and this is the True Oasis, the gel cream. This is the one for the oily skin types. It's actually it looks quite nice actually. This white and gold I quite like. I'm really a fan of the Bare Minerals skincare line, and this is an empty, but I'll just show you. And it's a gel. A little goes a long way. I love the Mecca Cosmetica brand sunscreen. It is SPF 50. It's called To Save Face. I think it's a really cute name. I love it. It doesn't make me ashy. It doesn't give me that horrible blue tinge sometimes that sunscreens give. And so when I've worn it and I don't need to, and I'm not wearing makeup that day, it goes really well with my skin, and it does dissolve. It does sort of melt into my skin. I'll show you here and see what I'm saying. So there's no look that, oh, you've put sunscreen on that hand. At least not to me anyway. But I love this again, I repurchase all the time. I do buy it in this 30ml size because it's so easy to travel with. A game changer for me this last year was the Mario Badescu drying lotion. Now I currently use the Kate Somerville one. I wanted to try the other brand and see, you know, was I missing out on anything. But you've got like a clear liquid at the top, pink sediment at the bottom, and you dip a cotton bud into the pink sediment and you put it on your breakouts that you want to disappear. Let me tell you guys, that thing, I put it on those suckers, the next day, I kid you not, it is either disappeared, reduced in size, and in redness and inflammation. I delved into more non-fiction self-help books last year, and one book that I think I can recommend to everybody is a book that it's on my Kindle. I don't actually have it, it's my Kindle here. It's a book by someone called Meg J. She's a PhD holder, she's a psychologist, clinical psychologist, and it's called The Defining Decade, How Your 20s Matter and How to Make the Most of Them Now. Honestly, amazing book. That the way she wrote in that book, it was using other people's stories of people that she consulted with and counseled in those different areas to demonstrate things we can do better. It was basically, the theme of the book was talking about how, you know, people go our whole lives telling us that, you know, you spend your life growing up, you go to school and everyone says, you know, you're young and you've got your whole life ahead of you, so have fun and just do things, don't be so serious. But in this book she actually highlights that yes, you're young, but you can do so much more and you can do so much now, and the choices you actually make now and the things you do now kind of do set you up for later in life. And a lot of people don't like talking about those things, but it is something to remember and to think about. And you know, we all want to have a fabulous life and you know, enjoy life and enjoy the things life has to offer, but sometimes you have to make those sacrifices now in your 20s so that in your 30s and 40s and 50s you can reap the benefits of it. Essentially, she talks about the core concept of being 20 years old and actually how to make good choices in your 20s that will positively affect your life in your 30, 40, 50 something years to come, and will actually make those years more fruitful and more. I'm a TV show junkie. I am on Netflix all the time. I am always watching TV shows. So some TV shows I loved: Stranger Things season 2. I have no words, guys. I have no words. It was amazing. Like, season 1 was brilliant, but season 2, Noah Schnapp, the actor who plays Will, needs an Emmy. The hype is real, but the hype is there for a reason. It is so good. I thought, oh, I'm not going to be into sci-fi. I don't usually like sci-fi movies and TV shows. I watched it. I said, you know what, let's see what the hype is about. Watch season 1, watch the first episode. I was hooked from there. Then season 2 came out. It was even better. You guys need to watch it. Those kids can act. They really can act. It was amazing. Next is Mindhunters. It's a Netflix original show as well, I think. That one was talking about how the FBI profiling unit, how they came about. Really cool. I love that kind of psychology, criminal minds kind of vibe. It got really intense at some stages actually, where they were essentially talking to serial killers and trying to profile them, and essentially it was set back in that time, and I think it's loosely based on true events about how the FBI unit actually came about, the behavioral science unit, because obviously back then things like that was still new and was still a new concept. And you know how everybody is, they're resistant to change, and that's how it was. And it just talks about how they came up with the term serial killers and just trying to categorize them. It was fascinating for me. I loved it. The script was really good, and I'm really excited actually. I think they got renewed for a season 2. I'm not sure. I hope they did. I can't wait to see more of that. But I recommend that if you're into those crime kind of psychology kind of shows. I recommend that as well. I loved it. It was different. It was really good, and I actually quite enjoyed the setting. And an honorable mention is dun, 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 dun. Game of Thrones. This season was, oh my gosh, a lot of fan service though, a lot of theories paid off. It was awesome seeing all the behind the scenes tweaking and plots and all those little, you know, the behind the scenes in the show, just seeing all the moves and the chess pieces on the board actually moving and coming together, it was brilliant. Loved it. It's an honorable mention because Game of Thrones will always be a favorite of mine, but this, like that last year specifically, there were some awesome TV shows. Onto the good stuff. I have boxes here of makeup. So let's get into it. So I'm just gonna start pulling things out. Okay, favorite glow last year. I have kind of tried not to accumulate too many highlighters because I got this product. I want a happy medium between having variation but also still using everything I have. I present the Anastasia glow kit. Now this is the Sweets glow kit. The reason I got this one was because in my opinion, it combined all of the previous glow kits that they did in one and also had its own thing. It's pretty well loved. It doesn't look like it, but it is. So this shade is Marshmallow, Sassy Grape, Butterscotch and Taffy. It's awesome. I don't know what else to say. The Anastasia glow kits are surreal, out of this world. I might swatch them here whilst I'm talking about them. But just look at my hands, like they're unreal. I love it. You know, days where I really want a wham bam, hello, I'm here to slay highlight, I'll go for this one. When I'm wanting an alternative look, I'll go for Sassy Grape. Really nice purple color. You can also use it as an eyeshadow. Makeup has no rules, or even as a blush. Taffy, when I want that rose golden kind of healthy glow. And Butterscotch, I think, is like the essential, just a pure gold highlighter. It's gorgeous. The whole glow kit is gorgeous. The hype is real for this one, but this is, you know, favorite glow product of last year. They're 7.4 grams each, which is amazing. So you're never really going to hit pan on these, and they're so efficient for travel. I've taken this traveling with me. You've essentially got 4 shades in one, and it's flat, it's thin, it's slim. Love it. Love. This product is a blush, but I use it as a highlight sometimes, and it's a shimmering blush. It is a MAC blush. This shade is called Wrapped Candy, but this is the Extra Dimension blush. Now this specific shade, because I have 2, this specific shade I use as a blush like every month. I try to rotate my products on a monthly basis. I kept going for this. It's like that plummy kind of, I'll show you up here. It's like, I don't know if this does it justice. It's like a glowy kind of plum. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous, and it's I mean, it is small. It is a bit pricey considering its size. It is 4 grams, which for a blush is quite small. As you saw, the Anastasia glow kits were 7 grams. Typical MAC blushes, I think, are about 6 to 7 grams. So it's a bit small, but then again, you're not really going to hit pan on it anyway. But let's do lipsticks. I love lipsticks. I have like 70 lippies. They're my weakness. Because I think, you know, with lipsticks, like, they don't need to fit you. They just need to look good, and you just chuck them on. And you can wear 2-3 different lip colours in the same day. It's awesome. I love lipstick. So Bullet lipsticks, MAC, OGs, shades. This shade is Verve. It's one of my nudes. Love it. Looks a bit gross, but you can see I've used the crap out of this. This one is not as used as Verve, but it's also a loved one of mine last year. Persistence was amazing. It's also another nude for me. This is in the finish matte, and Verve is satin. And then lastly, this is Whirl. Whirl was a permanent, but this was a limited edition packaging line. The Brook Candy one, I really liked the bullet of this, and I said, oh, I want Whirl, might as well get it in a nice cool silver bullet. But Whirl is also matte, and the MAC matte lipsticks, their formulas are really nice. Liquid lippies, one of my faves. Again, newbies, not so newbies on the block anymore. The brand that started this wave, or really jumped on this wave and just were the show front runners for it. Colourpop. This is a shade called Love Bug, but the whole thing is rubbed off. You can see how much I love them. They're $5 US. You cannot go wrong with them. This is the matte formula. The satins were nice, but they transfer everywhere and they're a bit more comfortable. NYX or NYX, however you want to say it. The lip lingerie. I only have 2 shades. This shade is Beauty Mark. Beauty Mark, this shade is Beauty Mark and Teddy. But I love Beauty Mark a lot last year. Really comfortable. Nude again. Had a thing for nudes last year. From NARS. This was brought in a bit later in the game. The Power Matte Lip Pigments. NARS, you killed it. This shade is called Done It Again. I've only got 2 of these. I got nude and red because I said I don't really need any more different vampy colours. I love the purples and all those, so I don't need them. The applicator on this, superb. The formula though, can we talk about the formula? This is the applicator. The thing is actually very liquidy, but this is the applicator. It's really small, rigid. Sometimes I don't like it when those applicators move, because when you're really trying to get in there with that application, you kind of doing that line and it moves, you know, because there are some colors that you don't want to put a liner on with, you just want to apply and go. You can do that with this. The formula is amazing. I like how you can see with the packaging, it's so sleek, looks good on the vanity. You can see the shade that you're wearing, which I think is so important when you're trying to decide what you want to put on. Mention the Anastasia lip gloss formula, brilliant. Pigmented, check. Color, check. Love it. Can't do any wrong. So I got sepia, and there's another color I got a new edition as well that I picked up Black Friday, but I was really in love with this color last year. And the applicator moves, I don't really care with lip gloss. This is quite long wearing. It's actually hydrating, smells really nice, feels gorgeous. It's a great nude. Formula's brilliant. One of my favorite formulas. It was again another entry by Colourpop. You can see how well loved this is. It's got foundation hands all over it. BFF3, when you've got those colors that you need to have a liner to make it work, or you just want that kind of muted brown, it's literally a neutral brown. It is, oh, it's so small, like it's so bad. I'm sorry guys, this looks so bad, but it's so well loved. It's that small, but again, $5 US, you cannot do any wrong. I have no problem sharpening these, but the only thing is, because of the way the casing, the packaging is, they do this. So the thing kind of falls out, so just be careful. But then $5 US, I can't be mad at it. This baby, the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. Mouthful, I need water after that. But it is 25ml, standard foundation is 30ml, so it's a bit less and it is a bit pricier than Studio Fix Fluid. Try this out and tell me this isn't amazing. Seriously, this is my second tube. Color match on check. Does it come off? No. Like it is waterproof, and it feels really nice going on. It's very liquid. The tube is easy to squeeze and use, because I hate that when I can never get to the bottom of my product. I do not really show much oil in this. I've had times where I forgot to set my face or forgot to put primer on sometimes, and this is a lifesaver. I will be repurchasing again. Second tube. Next entry is this beautiful one. So this is the Lancome Teint Idol Ultra Wear, the 24-hour one. This one is the one that Lupita was in that campaign for, and they've got 40 shades. Can we just, you know, recognize Lancome for that? 40 shades. They revamped it. It's got a pump, which is always a plus. It is got SPF 15 in it. It is oil free. It says it's 30 mils, which is a standard foundation size. This baby comes out with me when I'm going out, or I just want a bit more zhuzh kind of look. The formula feels amazing. The coverage is amazing. You don't really have to pump so much to get, you don't have to use so many pumps to get coverage. So this was my everyday foundation. This was my going out foundation, weekend foundation kind of thing. This is the Cover Shot palette. Shay Mitchell did a collab with them. She brought out 7 or 9 of them. This is in a blaze. How cool is this holographic view? I'm gonna keep doing this. Got, here it is. Here's what it looks like. I love it. Now, the only thing I'll say is the promo made these things look bigger than they are, but I'm actually quite glad with the size. They're so dinky and small and cute. Traveling with this is a beauty. If you're someone who likes to reapply things at work or take makeup with you in your bag, you can drop this in your bag. Look how small this is. This will fit in a clutch. It will even fit in a wallet. Another fave is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. I will put that in the close-up. Love that one. The mauves, that one was a game changer for the makeup world. Every single company brought out a warm red mauvey kind of palette because of that palette. It was gorgeous. It comes with a brush. Don't really use the brush much though. The shades in there are amazing. And my favorites of last year in terms of eyeshadow singles were the Makeup Geek ones. I love the Anastasia ones, good quality, don't get me wrong. Show stealers, or the ones that I'm really running home about, are these Makeup Geek ones. The foiled ones specifically, I picked up Curtain Call, Flamethrower. That shade eluded me for a while. What's this one called? I'm just looking at so Legend. So I got Legend, Curtain Call, Flamethrower, and another one. Oh, that's an Anastasia one. So these, but mainly the Makeup Geek foiled shadows, they are absolutely stunning. And you know that look of getting a shadow and spraying it with Fix Plus. That is the look you get with the Makeup Geek ones. I bought them on Beauty Bay. They're a UK kind of online beauty store, like similar to Beautylish as well. They ship to Australia. They do free shipping. They pay the hype. I remember when these first came out and there was hype and everything, I couldn't really get my hands on them, but now that I have them, I understand the hype and I love them. And I put them into this little Z palette. I've got the black one as well, and that one's got more of my matte. This one is my shimmer one. So sometimes, like I was saying before with this Smashbox palette, when I was traveling, I just take this and I take something like this with me. So I've got sort of my neutrals and I have my pops of colour, and they go hand in hand. Another brand I would say is very underrated is Stila. These are the Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. I only have two. I have this rosy gold one and I have the black one, which is awesome when you're doing smoky eyes and you want to put a bit of a like a darker sparkle kind of in the center. This shade is called Rose Gold Retro. This was my go-to one whenever I use this, and I always got compliments whenever this. Seriously guys, if you pick one of these, it will change your shadow game. If you're someone who you're not really fussed, you're maybe still super new to makeup, or you're not really fussed about having multiple different eyeshadows, or you want that bang, you want that glitter, you don't want to be pouring loose glitter and putting adhesive on, get one of these. Hook yourself up with one of these. This was a fave last year. Loved the MAC Pro Longwear paint pots. They're not really a new product, they've been around for a while. MAC are OGs again, but I had mine in quite natural, I think it is. I'll put it close up. I forgot to grab it out of my acrylic boxes, but I love that as a base for my eyeshadows. And once you set it, you're good to go, and then you can put shadows on top. Soft ochre again, and Painterly are some popular shades too for that. I've been using the crap out of that and I still haven't hit the bottom of it. It is such good value for money. This is by Too Faced. It's called the Glitter Glue. I use this for my loose glitters all the time, and I just put a bit on. I put a bit on my palette. I take a brush, dab it on my eyes, and then put glitter on, and I find that it adheres really, really well. In terms of brows, the one product that was my favorite that I use without a doubt, even when I didn't fill in my brows and I just ran out the door, is the Benefit Ready Set Brow Gel. The thing is rubbed off. I use it. I just comb my brows with a spoolie and use this. Sometimes even if I haven't got time or I can't find my spoolie, I just take it out and comb my brows with it. This thing, once you set your brows, they ain't going anywhere. I tried the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. Was lovely, really refreshing. I think that was good value for money. I had the smaller size, which was 10 Australian dollars here. I finished that. It was so good for it was really good as a refresher spray, actually. More as a refresher than a setting spray, and also it was really good for using as the spray for some of my eyeshadows, because there was more product in there and it was cheaper than Fix Plus, so I didn't mind. Really good to refresh your makeup and use for those. More setting spray, I tried the Urban Decay finishing spray. brilliant. And the Fix Plus one. Fix Plus is still always my favorite, and the scented ones as well, which they've recently made permanent, so you can pick those up. No, coconut and lavender were my favorites last year. This baby here, this OG now, this was my favorite last year. You can see that, I mean, I've used a lot, but you can see that it doesn't even look like I've used much of this, and this is a favorite, right? This has 3 whopping ounces of powder in here. It is no color powder, so I know you're looking at me thinking, Lou, that's white. You do know what color skin tone you are. Yes, I do. This is translucent. It has literally no color. I use it to set my face. I don't get flashback with it. The key to my wing liner, because I have hooded eyes and my eye space is small, I cannot do those big dramatic liners sometimes that some people do. Liquid eyeliner is, bow down to this one. This is the king. It is the king of them. It is by a company called Blink, and it is the Blink Ultra Thin Liquid Eyeliner Pen. Now they have a few. Make sure it is the ultra thin liquid eyeliner pen. It is so thin. I will do a close up. You will probably see what that eyeshadow that's on it. It is so thin, guys. It is brilliant. If you struggle as well, even if you have normal eyes and or wider set eyes where your eyes open up and you can use any sort of eyeliner, try this out. The pen is not too jumbo. It's quite slimline. It's a jet black color, and you can get really close in there and really manipulate the pen quite well and have control over it. So sponges, or yeah, tools really. Beauty blender, yay! So I've got my little black one here, but I've recently acquired 2 more, so I have 3 now. This is how small it is when you first get it. And then you wet the sponge and you use it. This end concealer, really nice to blend out and even set your concealer with powder. This end for foundation, it gets much bigger than this. It comes in this cute little pot that you can use to travel with, and I actually store mine still with the pot. When it's wet, it's obviously larger in size, so it sits on top of the pot, so I use that to sit, and then it will dry and eventually drop back in my skin. Brilliant, especially concealer. With foundation, it does obviously eat a lot of product up. It's a sponge, that's normal, but I kid you not, get one of these, you will understand. On sale all the time. Beauty Bay sells them, Beautylish, I think. MAC has recently done a partnership with them, so hopefully they come to Australia too. Pick them up. Sephora has them. Also, whilst we're on the topic of beauty blender, the cleanser I use to clean, the soap that comes with it, the hard soap, is brilliant. I have used hotel soap and bar soap. It does a similar job, but the beauty blender soap I've used to clean my actual makeup brushes, and that is brilliant too. But this is the sculpting brush, and it's pink because it came as part of a limited collection. I bought these brushes on iHerb. I don't know if you've ever heard of that site, or if you remember that site. That's where I got them from. I got them on sale. Now at Priceline, they're always on, like, they frequently go on sale now, the Real Techniques brushes, but I got it as part of a sculpting set, and I use this for foundation actually. I'm a really big fan of using things for finding other uses for product, and uses you may not necessarily think of. So it's really good. I actually use it to apply my foundation today. It's really dense and rigid. The fact that it is got that contoured nib means that you can actually get into those hard to get areas and get in there. Also really good for not really applying contour because of how wide it is, but for blending the contour out. Cream products in general, I really like this one. It's a favorite. Real Techniques will always be an OG favorite for me. Is the Duo 5 Bar Real Techniques brush. Again, everything's rubbed off of it. I use this to set my face with powder. I use this to put blush on my face. I use this to do all sorts of things, to blend things out sometimes, to apply products that are quite intense, that you want a bit of a softer application. But honestly, if you need brushes to start with, I probably will do a basics or essentials series on like good makeup brushes. Real Techniques is a really good brand to start with, really affordable and reasonable. But yeah, Duo Fiber and the sculpting brush were my favorites. And even though I started getting high-end brushes this last year, but I still kept reaching for some of my Real Techniques brushes. It looks like this. It's just an eye blending brush. It's domed, it's a bit thick, it's white hair. It's good, it's beautiful. And you can blend going that way, the sort of direction the brush is made in. You can go like that. You can turn the brush on an angle and go like that too. So you can go this way. You can turn it and do round circular motions. So it's quite versatile. I would recommend this as a first sort of higher end eyeshadow brush. I love it, and it changed the game of my makeup. It really did. I understood the hype with this brush and I bought into the hype, and I'm happy that I did in this shape. And it is essentially a flat domed flat applicator brush. It is the 242. I think I saw Stephanie Nicole using this to swatch all her glittery shadows, so I picked this up. I love Stephanie Nicole, you should check her out. And this I use to apply all my glitter eyeshadows, and the eyeshadows that are really pigmented, but you really need that to pack it on difference. But honestly, these two first ever MAC brushes, and I'm not disappointed with them. So favorite, hands down, Sigma E40. The hype was real with this. I remember searching best blending brushes. The MAC 217 came up, the 224 came up, this came up. I heard it in so many tutorials. Sigma E40. I was like, what is the hype with this brush? I understand the hype with this brush. Nice tapered blending brush. These in your collection, game changers. And this for me is high end enough. Like, I've recently acquired some Wayne Goss brushes as well, but you know, you don't have to spend that much to get a nice brush. Like, even just starting with Sigma, they go on sale. Beauty Bay stocks them, Sephora Australia also stocks them, I think. And just jumping onto these, I get these directly from Sigma because of their sales, but even getting Sigma brushes themselves is amazing. Getting MAC brushes, these two are quite inexpensive for MAC brushes because they can be quite extortionate, but these two, the 217, the 242 and the Sigma E40, favorites, and these were the key to my eyeshadow game. This is empty, but it was blue, you might be able to see, is the Cinema Secrets brush cleanser. I was switched onto this from Tati, Glam Life Guru, and she used to go on about this one, and I picked it up as well in my 2016 Black Friday haul, and I started using it last year. This is amazing. It gets everything out of the brush, and even when I went to actually physically wash my brushes at the end of the week, I would actually wash them, get rid of most of it first with this, and then wash them with the soap. So I will definitely be picking this up if I can get a hold of it, because when I did my last Black Friday haul, this was sold out. I jumped into the diptyque world, and my favorite is Dansant. Probably saying that wrong. This is the 50ml size. I've seen this floating around on Instagram, or the candles. It is a French perfumery, French brand, and they're famous for their candles and their scents. This fragrance is amazing, guys. With all fragrances, I recommend testing the fragrance on that card that they give you to smell what it smells like by itself. Test it on a pulse point, like your wrist. Smell it initially, let it settle, walk around for the day, and actually smell it on yourself as it develops, as it changes. Perfume is never what it smells like straight out of the bottle. The whole day it develops. Your body chemistry also affects fragrances too. So I did that, I tried it, I had the tester, it was amazing, I was in love. I'd never tried anything like this, never had sort of a high-end expensive perfume, because it's not cheap, let's be honest. Tuberose has been the fragrance that I have been loving so much. The scent that's been in a lot of my fragrances that I've been loving. So tuberose, orange flower, rose, iris, pink pepper, and musk. So it's a musky kind of tuberosy, rosy kind of scent. If that I'm butchering the description of this, but I love it, and check it out. I have smelled a lot of the diptyque scents, not too keen on the others, so I'm gonna stick with this one. This is my second bottle, so I have bought and used it and loved it, so it's my second, so that's why it's made it to my favorites video. And this is the cute little box that it comes in. How cute is this? And it's the Eau de Toilette as well. It's not the parfum. The parfum is obviously stronger, smells stronger, but you know, this one by itself, like I put some sprays on this and I walk around and people were like, it smells like that. Like, it's me, I smell like that. Thanks guys. I was brought on to Byredo by Eva in the City, a YouTuber on here, and she was going on about Byredo fragrances. I'll just show you what it is. It's called Rose of No Man's Land, and it's a cute little, it's just simplistic, and this is just me really in a bottle, but it's a cute little one. It's also the 50 ml size. It is made in France. It's called Rose of No Man's Land, and they're just cute, and this is what all the bottles look like. The 100 ml is obviously bigger. It's cute. This lid is magnetic, so when you put it on, it kind of snaps into place. It looks so nice on your vanity, and I just love the no nonsense really with the packaging, black and white. I kind of got a theme going on here. The fragrance is gorgeous. It is in the same family as Dosson, but it's a bit more of a rose in there. I love it. Gypsy Water is quite similar as well. That's one that's on my wish list for the future, but I absolutely love this one. I love Rose of No Man's Land, and I also get compliments. This one's a bit more expensive. It only comes out on fancy days. Favorites, they're from T2. I have a habit of collecting everything that I like for some reason. This first one is called Caramel Brownie. It smells like what it says, it tastes like what it says. It's chocolatey, it's caramelly, it's delicious. Jade Mountain. It's a green tea. It's green tea. It's loose leaf. I'll just show you because it's in the tin. It's like loose leaf. I don't know if you can see it. It's hazelnutty, chocolatey green tea. It's gorgeous. If you don't like green tea, try this one. T2 ships internationally as well. And lastly is Handbags. I'm handbag obsessed, so I've got two handbag favorites. The first one is my first ever designer handbag. So this one is from Louis Vuitton, and it is the Speedy B30, and I did get it personalized with my initials. Oh, I love it. I stare at it sometimes. It's my current one that I'm using for work. It's red inside, and I've actually got an organizer in it. I love this. I love this. I love this bag. Every time I use it, I'm so happy with my decision, because it was a big decision for me. Obviously spending that kind of money on something, so I guess not irrelevant, but unnecessary, I guess. But I love it, and I'm the crazy handbag lady, but it's okay. It adds a bit of zhuzh to your outfits. The damier bin, I'm really a big fan of it. I mean, majority of people know what this print is or what this brand is, but some people still don't, and that's okay. And sometimes you don't always want to have it in your face. You just want it to elevate your look. I put this bag on with just normal day-to-day looks. I put it on when I'm dressing up. I take the strap off, and I made a point to get the bandolier one. I take the strap off and carry it handheld. That doesn't last long though. I mainly carry it with the strap. That's why I got it bandolier. I can't recommend the bandolier enough, or bandolier. I'm butchering the French pronunciation here. I love this bag. The price increases obviously now make it a bit ridiculous, but I travel. It's been with me traveling. I don't put the organizer in when I'm traveling because I want that unstructured space. I've stuffed it. I've put my tablet in here, all my travel money, my essentials, my electronic chargers, my cables, everything. And this is what I take with me as my personal item. My handbag fits under the seat perfectly. It looks good as well when I'm traveling with my outfit. Damier bin goes with everything. It's effortless, it's chic, it's still classy in my opinion. The gold hardware notes are also gorgeous, and it's light as well. The bag itself is not a heavy bag, so it's super easy and portable to take around with you. I've used it to travel. I take it to work. It looks nice with the organizer in. I'm not really a slouchy bag kind of lady. I'm more of a structured lady, but I do love this Speedy. Having the organizer does help it keep its shape. It's got it in there now. It's still a bit slouchy. Some people put the base shape up in, but that can actually ruin the canvas a bit. But yeah, I love this. This is my baby, and it's been hibernating on the shelf for a while because I kind of used it and abused it last year. But so I said I wanted to give it a rest, but I brought it back out to give it some love again, and I love it. I love it, guys. This is my other baby. So this was my next Louis Vuitton bag that I bought. Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis in reverse monogram. It has got a bit of, I don't know if it's transfer, it's a bit darker at the back because I've worn it with black items, but honestly this is my like other most used bag. I think I might have even used it more than my Speedy last year, just because it's that perfect kind of casual off-duty bag that still looks amazing. It's got two main pockets. It's got this one, and I like how the inside is black as well inside, so it's, you know, it's like a nice microfiber kind of lining. So you've got this pocket here, and this slip pocket at the back, and a zipper pocket. I love that the handle is black and not got vachetta on it. I just love I loved the colorway, and these tones, oh, this is like my wardrobe in a bag. I love it so much, guys, seriously. And this bag fits so much in it. I really understand the hype. When I say that, and I've said that for a lot of my favorite items, but I really understand the hype for some of these. The thing was, I just didn't like it in monogram, and I loved this. So it made my favorites because it fits heaps. Wear it at different lengths. I've taken the strap off and just worn it as a hand carry bag like that. It can be dressed up or dressed down. There are limits to the dress up, I would say. I wouldn't wear it to like a night out on the town, but I would wear it to dinner, but I wouldn't wear it to like a black tie event kind of thing. So I love it. It fits so much more than it looks like it can fit. It can fit heaps. It's been my go-to. It goes with my whole wardrobe, effortless chic really, and I think it looks amazing. So this is my favorite, and yeah, I think I've used it, and I've used it more than my Speedy. And I just love the reverse and the mono. And when this first came out, this was new for the fashion house. Now they're pretty comfortable with this reverse mono, but I actually love this bag. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't waffle on too much. I get so excited to do these things and I talk too much because I did a poll on Instagram, and this was the people's choice first. So the next video hopefully will be my 2018 luxury wish list. So thanks so much, guys, for joining me here. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share some video requests down below, leave a nice comment, say hi, and put any video requests that you want, anything like that. But thanks, guys, for joining, and I'll see you later. Bye.